Hi. So this is the reality check video, which I decided not to do live because, truthfully, this is a tough one. This is the one where I actually say, do you know what? Last night I spent the entire night being sick. And I've spent this week with a temperature between 37.4 and 38, knocking back various tablets to stop myself from being sick and stop the diarrhea. And this is the video that I need to show. This is the one where I'm slightly less perky, where I admit that I feel crap on some days, where I guess I admit that the reality is that if you're going to go through this, there might be times where you end up on the bathroom floor, where you end up with your head down the toilet, or both, potentially, where you might end up in hospital. Because not everybody sails through this. It's different for everyone. Your diagnosis is different and the treatment's different. And you'll speak to some people who breeze through it. And I'm really, I feel good for them. I really do. Because I wouldn't wish this shit on anyone. I watched the video this week of that little girl who didn't make it. And I saw how tough the treatment was on her body. And how ill it made her look. And I know people who are much older who are finding it really hard to go through the treatment. And I know some who haven't made it. On the other hand, I know people whose diagnosis has been maybe a little bit more straightforward. And the treatment has perhaps been less severe, and they've not found it as hard. It's not a competition. It isn't. Nobody sits in chemo going, oh, I'm only on one drug. I'd like more because I want to be even more sick. No, nobody does that. You might sit there and go, I wish I was on less. Anyway, whatever your journey, whatever your diagnosis, the main thing is you just carry on, that you get through. We're really lucky. The NHS in the UK is amazing. When they tell you they're going to treat you, and they're going to spend all the money that requires, you don't say no. Because you fight. And you fight for life, because that's what matters. I've got 2 kids. And I want my life back. I just want to eat food. I want to eat food. I want to be able to go out. And not be afraid of catching another infection. Because so far, let's face it, I've had sepsis. And I briefly flatlined. So, you know, my body expelled itself of everything. I was sick. And my body said enough. And it let everything go. And then it just stopped breathing. My poor dad had to sit and watch that while they resuscitated me. So halfway through now, almost, and this cycle's been truthfully a little bit better because I've not ended up in hospital, but it's tough. It's really hard. And even somebody like me who's pretty positive, and I am, like 95% of the time, I'm completely kick-ass and completely badass. And I'm absolutely fighting to the end. Because that's what you do. But there are points where you wake up after a night like last night and think, God, I just want a day when I'm not sick anymore. And it's really hard. And I miss my kids. And I know they miss me. And the littlest one, she just thinks everybody's lying to her when they tell her that I'm getting better, and I will get better. She's convinced I'm dying, and it doesn't matter what anybody says to her. You're all just saying what you're saying just to make me feel better, because I know what's happening. And that's really hard to hear, that she's having nightmares, not sleeping, and anyway. Yeah, it's not easy. And I thought twice about doing this video, because I thought, I don't know whether I want to see this, but I think I do. Because I think I need to be reminded, when this is all over, and it will be over, this too shall pass, and I'll get through this, and I'll get through the other end, and but I suppose I need to be reminded as well of the days when it's hard. It is hard. I have a lot of admiration for people that have been through it and survived it. I'm not comparing myself to other people. There's no point in doing that. And anybody, truthfully, who's been through it, we don't play that game. We don't do, oh, I've got it tougher than somebody else, or somebody else has got it easier. Because at the end of the day, this is life. And it's not a game. You're fighting for life, and all that matters is that you win. All that matters is you survive. All that matters is you get your life back. It doesn't matter whether you had an easier journey or not. Anybody who's been through this will have had days when it felt like crap. I wish that I'd had a slightly easier journey. Okay, I did hear at the very beginning, I know, I've said it before, I know the consultant told me I was at risk of these extra invasive cells. I know they had to go after those. I know that they'd found, I've tried not to scare my friends and family too much by telling them too much about the scary stuff. I didn't want them to think that it was worse than it was, I suppose. But it was kind of bad. Yeah. So, anyway. I'm lucky the most. I know that I've got to have this aggressive treatment, and I'm at risk of these cells that they know are fighting around my body, and that's what we're doing right now. We're making sure that it doesn't spread. But I'm luckier than some, because there are others who have already reached latter parts of stage 3 and stage 4. They'll have a much, much harder fight than me, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Nobody. you can't play that game. You just have to do your thing and get through every day. And it is a day-by-day thing. There are people who still message me and ask if I want to meet up for, or they want to come over and maybe, you know, a cup of tea. And I've had offers of cleaning and all sorts of things. Sometimes I don't know until I wake up on the day how I'm going to feel, or if I'm going to wake up too early. There are days when I haven't woken up until the afternoon, which has been a bit of a surprise. But, you know, I'm a big believer in the fact that when your body needs to heal, it sleeps. So, but yeah, it's not easy. And I will confess, there are points where I've had a night like that, where I'm sick all night and I just feel rubbish. And I just want it to go away. I just want to eat. And I can't really eat very much at the moment. Somebody suggested ice lollies yesterday, so I'm going to try that today. It's quite hard some days, even for somebody like me who's super, super positive, to feel upbeat. Because it's just hard. I don't recognise myself. I don't recognise the way I look. And I've lost so much weight. And I know that's from the sick and everything, but it's strange how your body just goes from somebody you know to somebody you don't even recognise in the mirror. Anyway, I'm going to try and have a drink and get some sleep. I suppose it's important in this journey that I do this video too. The one where I'm honest about the tough, really, really tough days. Okay. Go get some sleep.